In this video, I'll show you how to reuse wood to create a truly useful item with a unique look and lots of character. Follow the step-by-step process and see how simple ideas can lead to amazing results. For today's project, I'll be using repurposed cedar. They measure 5 by 7 centimeters and still show some nail marks from previous use. With the miter saw, I cut 4 sections, each with a length of 41 centimeters. While I keep making these cuts, just a quick note. Hitting the like button really helps keep these creative woodworking projects going. And if you've already liked it, type "I'm in" the comments. I'd love to know you're part of this awesome community that keeps this channel alive. On the table saw, I squared the pieces and trimmed both sides. This one is 5 centimeters tall. As you can see, it wasn't properly squared. I adjusted the saw to 68 millimeters from the fence and made the first cut. Then, I changed it to 65 millimeters and trimmed the other side. That made the piece fully square. I moved the fence to 15 millimeters to start ripping the wood. From each one, I cut 3 strips, each 15 millimeters thick. If you're new here, just so you know, there are creative woodworking projects on this channel every week, so don't waste time. Subscribe now so you won't miss the next ideas. Here are the 12 pieces already cut. I ran them all through the planer to even out the thickness. All of them ended up with a final thickness of 12 millimeters. I'll set aside the pieces that don't have any nail marks. I'll keep those reserved for now. I'll begin the gluing process with the pieces that show nail marks. I protected the base with a plastic sheet. I placed the strips side by side and applied wood glue. I spread the glue using a brush. I laid each piece down carefully, pressing one by one. I repeated the process while keeping everything aligned. I also applied glue on the upper layer. Once again, I used the brush to spread it evenly. After that, I'll take the remaining pieces and apply glue just like in the previous step. After spreading it out, I started reversing the direction of the strips. The first ones were laid in one way. Now these go the other way. This alternation helps reinforce the structure. To press everything, I used 2 wooden slats, one on each side. Then I placed a bucket weighing 25 kilograms on top and added more weight over it. I clamped the sides with bar clamps for firm pressure. I repeated the same on the other side. I'm going to let it dry for 24 hours before moving on to the next step. With the miter saw, I cut 2 pieces, each 60 centimeters long. At the table saw, I split those 2 60-centimeter pieces in half. I did the same with the remaining one, which was 70 centimeters long. From that piece, I made some smaller parts. I squared up the 3 sections and trimmed the edges. Now, I'll cut both ends of the 60-centimeter pieces at a 10-degree angle. I also prepared two that are 31 centimeters long, with the same angle cuts on each end. All 6 are ready and will now be planed. I've also included the 40 centimeter piece, which I'll later use to make smaller parts. I'd love to know how woodworking is part of your life. Is it a hobby, a profession, or just a passion you enjoy watching from afar? Drop a comment below. I read everything carefully and try to reply as much as I can, and the first ones I always make sure to answer. Now I'm preparing 2 more, measuring 11.5 centimeters, also with 10-degree angles on both ends. Next, I'll make the markings on these 4 pieces I've just finished. But first, I want to highlight something about the angle. The smaller ones, both the 11.5 and the 31 centimeter pieces, were cut in opposite directions. That is, the angled cuts were made facing opposite sides, as I'm showing here. Meanwhile, the longer ones were cut in the same direction. They were angled like this. With the combination square already set to 1.5 centimeters, I start the first marking. This measurement will be repeated on all of them, on both sides. Then I adjusted it to 2.5 centimeters, which is half the width, and I made the second marking in the opposite direction, also on both sides. Now I'm using a handheld drill with a 2.5 millimeter bit and a 10 millimeter countersink. I'm drilling at the points previously marked. After that, I used 2 types of wood filler, one in brown and the other in ivory. I mixed both to match the tone and cover the nail holes. Now I'll do the sanding with a random orbital sander and 120 grit sandpaper. With the sanding done, I'm ready to begin the assembly. But first, I'll go over the exact measurements of each piece. The smallest ones are 11.5 centimeters long. The medium ones measure 31 centimeters, and the longest were adjusted to 56.5 centimeters. I'll begin the assembly using 4 of these parts. I'm picking up 2 of the longer ones. I position them like this. They need to be perfectly aligned. Now I grab the smaller piece. I apply wood glue to both ends and fit it into place like this. I use a bar clamp. I tighten it gently, making sure everything stays aligned. Now I position the other end. I applied glue to both sides and aligned it the same way. I make sure it's properly aligned. Then I add another clamp. I tighten it slightly, just like before. I let it dry for a while, and after that, I secure everything with screws. I repeat the same process with the remaining 4 parts. For fastening, I'm using screws that are 50 millimeters long and 4 millimeters thick. Here are the 2 assembled frames. As you can see, they turned out identical. Now I use a dowel made from the same cedar wood. It will be used to plug the screw holes. I apply a bit of glue to the dowel. I wipe off the excess with a cloth. I trim it flush using a Japanese pull saw. I repeat the same process to cover all the other holes. After placing the dowels, I sand everything using 120 grit sandpaper. Check the video description for links to exclusive resources, including thousands of detailed woodworking plans. With affordable access, you can learn faster, build better, and gain the confidence to take on any project. If you're serious about improving, this could be exactly what you need. After sanding, I use the router with a 30mm bit to round over the corners. All edges are now finished. Now I move on to hand sanding, starting with 100 grit. Then I use 220 grit and finish with 360. With everything nicely sanded, I start making a few markings. Using the combination square, I marked 2.5 centimeters. That's half the width. I align the square like this and mark the corner. I repeat the same marking on the opposite side. Then I drill holes at these 2 points. I use the same drill bit from before for this step. I could have made these holes earlier, but it works just fine doing it now. I repeat the sanding and drilling on the second frame as well. Now I start cutting the first assembled piece. I trim all the sides to a final length of 39.5 centimeters. Here's the structure trimmed to the correct dimensions. I've already applied wood filler where needed. Now I'm sanding using a polisher with 100 grit sandpaper. I switch to 180 grit and continue sanding. I use the router again to round over the edges. I finish the surface with additional sanding, using 220 grit, followed by 360. Now I begin the final assembly of the project. I marked 4 centimeters on the combination square and make the mark like this. One mark here, another here, and also on this side. Then I adjusted to 11 centimeters and 8 millimeters and marked in the opposite direction. I position these 2 pieces like this. Before that, I apply wood glue to the base. I secured the structures at this stage so they're ready. I kept the same spacing as before and now place it in the final position. I'm using screws that are 40 millimeters long by 3.5 millimeters thick. I align everything to the markings and begin fastening. I don't fully tighten them yet. I'll do that later. Now yes, I can go ahead and tighten all of them completely. Once the paint is dry, I attach rubber feet. Here's how they look. The project is nearly finished, just the painting is left. I use wood sealer, and once dry, I apply natural gloss varnish for the finish. I dilute it with thinner and apply it using the electric sprayer, just like I usually do. Well folks, here's the finished project. A side table made from repurposed wood, with a clean finish and plenty of character. Your opinion makes all the difference. Let me know what you think in the comments. I read them all and reply to as many as I can, especially the first ones. If you enjoyed this project, feel free to like the video and subscribe for more woodworking ideas. Watch more inspiring woodworking projects right on the end screen. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.